By the way, the I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this. Soft. I'm gonna call him Soft. Soft here is actually King.Titie for anyone who is curious. Let me bring up his feed again. Player 1 feed. Refresh. Okay. Boom. There we are. Sick. I think we're ready to kick this off. Artemis, are you hype?
Yeah, this is exciting. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what sort of nonsense this seed throws at our runners.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Okay, so I'm going to ask that if the runners are still in the chat, that they make their way away. And let's see if... Yeah, King.Titie's screen is not moving. Why is that?
I think he's tabbed out.
He's tabbed out. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay. You both ready? Sick. I am going to do a countdown. And when I say go, you can start. Don't forget to start your timers.
All right, everybody, we got a countdown in chat, and our runners are ready to get going here.
All right, I have dropped the gate, and we're going to be seeing our runners kick off here. King.Titie did say that there might be a delay between his stream and Eiko's stream, but we'll play it by ear. This is definitely on King.Titie's side, not on the restream side, so just want to make that known before it gets started. So I might end up just... Okay, well... I didn't expect it to be a delay in the other direction. All right, well, we're off. So what King.Titie did there actually is going to quit, which is skipping a cutscene, and immediately is going to be able to move right into the world. I don't see Eiko. Eiko hasn't started yet.
And King.Titie is choosing to move left immediately after start. There is one item that you can get here at the beginning of the of a seed without any other checks. And he's going to do a little wall jump here to skip going to the right and around the way that the game kind of intends you to do.
And going to start us off with 151 experience. Now, you're going to see a lot of different names for basically the money. There's experience, euros, pokey. I mean... all different kinds of... Ooh, we get double jump to start us off here.
Double jump's a good early find just for basic movement. It also can be a little annoying because it means that basically I've found that the seeds tend to give you either double jump or something like launch early. So if you get double jump early, you're probably not going to find launch for quite a while.
And so, ooh, grapple on Ofer. So this is a really nice start here. So basically, we had enough money there. And King.Titie immediately purchased the grapple.
Actually, I don't think he had the money to buy it.
Oh, did he just look at it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then let me take that away.
And we're still waiting to get... Okay, Eiko is starting now, so we should have... Not sure what happened there, but we'll figure it out as we go here.
Let me do something real quick. You can continue.
Yep, no worries. I'll continue. So King.Titie is doing the basic checks down in the upper right side of Marsh here. We'll see if he goes for the combat shrine. Now the combat shrine is out of logic until you find regenerate, but the early ones here are pretty easy without really having any weapons or regenerate or health and stuff like that. So he'll probably go for it. And luring that enemy over there allows you to get down to this item without having hammer or spike or anything else to break that floor. Pretty similar to some of the basic tricks that you learned from the original Ori game. There's a couple enemy lures you can do that. I think there's a couple that are actually required.
Let's go. Okay, we got it figured out.
Oh, nice. Okay. And yeah, it looks like King is heading up to the combat shrine and is going to go ahead and just get this check knocked out here.
All right, so I'm assuming we don't quite know what Eiko found moving down into kind of the normal past torch where you King.Titie did a very interesting route. Eikotheblue is going to be coming up behind here and basically doing exactly what King.Titie did here, and then King.Titie will probably do what Eiko did, so we're going to be able to see what King found in those locations.
Yeah, so we had a little bit of a time skip on Eiko's side there, but Eiko moved and took the lower route into Marsh to check the vanilla starting spots with the two. Well, there's only one keystone down there, but there's also a couple other pickups. So that's. But now we're seeing the routes kind of converge a little bit.
Yeah, or converge. Yeah. All right, so now looks like King.Titie is probably going to go up to northwestern Marsh, kind of pre-Qualic, with that double jump that's going to allow them to go to the bow tree. And if they're able to get out, they can continue with a damage boost, or they can just reset to a TP.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if the plan here is to go up and check the bow tree and then not worry about getting out, because if you don't find bow, there's not much else you can check to the right. You can get a little bit more over there, but he'll probably go back and check lower Marsh. Oh, he's actually just going back.
Okay, now he's going to buy grapple. Okay.
Oh, he's buying grapple. Yeah, good call.
Now, it looks like he's going to immediately check this Marsh teleporter item. You can, I think, he hasn't even gone down yet.
Yeah, he hasn't gone down.
Now we'll see. Now we'll see exactly what Eikotheblue picked up here. So this is what I call the double chamber room. And just a health fragment.
And Eiko knocking out that combat shrine right now, so both runners opted to go ahead and tackle that out of logic, which is a good call. With us playing on easy, combat shrines, especially these early ones, aren't terribly challenging without regenerate. King's going for a little bit of a pogo strat here, but I think he's trying to lure the slime over here to try and get this item without using bash. See if he can pull it off.
Looks like he's gonna
move on.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna move on. Oh, or
not.
He's like, nah, I got this.
Okay, there he goes. He got it.
Very nice. It's just a keystone.
Reward him with a keystone, but that is a really nice strat. I've actually not seen that done before, so that's a really...
Yeah, no, I haven't seen that before either. That's actually really big. Okay, so we should probably talk about the Lupos. So this is Lupo, and Lupo's going to give us a hint of how many items there are in a certain area, and we have 5 key items here in Marsh. We've already found double jump, so that's nice.
And it looks like Eiko is moving up and is opting to go up toward the bow tree on her check into that section of Marsh. So we'll get to see what's up in that area.
King.Titie is pulling off actually some really intense tech here. So what he did there was he did a double jump into an up slash and just barely clipped the ledge there to get himself up to that lever to then pull that lever to get the item hidden behind that. Feather for Eiko. Is that on the bow tree?
Yep, feather on the bow tree. So that's our second key item in the Marsh of 5, I believe was what the hint said.
Yes. So far, bow and feather for our key items, which means we have 3 left. What Eiko's trying to do here is a double jump into an up slash. There's not a lot of room for error here because you just barely can get on top of that. This will allows you to not have to teleport away. So it's pretty useful if you can pull it off.
I usually try this trick about 2 or 3 times, and then I'll give up and teleport because it is very tight.
Mm-hmm. It is not easy to do. But looks like Eiko's going to continue on with it. Oh, there you go. Very nice. Didn't even need to up slash that time. Got like a really nice pixel without taking damage.
Probably pixel perfect.
Yeah, that was close to being pixel perfect. All right, so now we're going to get a look at Twillin's items. There's 2 shops really close by to each other. We're going to look at Twillin here.
Water dash and bow on Twillin.
Oh, wow. Okay, so
go ahead.
I was going to say, they bought bow. Did they also buy water dash?
No, they did not have enough money for
Okay.
for Water Dash. But Aiko did buy Bow, which
Sick.
means she's going to be moving over and checking probably lower Qualock at this point. That's
Yeah.
what I would probably move
Yeah, that's
toward.
big time because Bo is going to allow us to open the door to Qualock's Hollow. And it's also going to allow us to clear out everything down here in lower Qualock's Hollow. And we don't know how many key items are here yet. The hint for that is down in lower Qualock's Hollow. Meanwhile, King.Titie is doing one of the harder combat shrines in the beginning of this game.
Interestingly enough, this is not even technically a combat shrine. It's its own little thing. It just opens a locked door.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been meaning to ask the Randomizer developers whether or not this is still logically locked behind Regenerate, or if it's actually logically locked behind Burrow. Because I think the base game I think expects you to have Burrow here to kill these enemies under the sand.
Yeah, it's interesting. You would think that too, because you can also come from the top with Burrow, so it just might make both so serious.
So this is actually a logic question that I've been meaning to ask, because I'm not sure what the randomizer expects you to have here, or if it's an item that expects nothing, because you can get over here with just double jump. And on any difficulty higher than easy, this is actually one of the harder combat areas in the game.
Definitely, especially
I
early on.
Yeah, I personally will usually skip it unless I find Regenerate or a weapon really early on.
So nothing there for King. Meanwhile, Aiko is going to be doing the bow puzzle here. We're going to put the rock here on the pressure plate, which is going to open up a door, allow us to get an item, and lower the water down to lower Qualock's Hollow.
And I was corrected in chat. You can get to that combat area with just the sword, using some of the sword tricks, which, yeah, that makes that. Or actually, I don't even know if you need to use any tricks. But yeah, you can get there with just swords. So you can literally get there with nothing.
Mm-hmm. Just early on, if you don't really have anything, it's going to be a long fight.
It is. Yeah, it is a challenging fight for sure.
Ooh, nice use of the feather there by Aiko to get underneath that ledge to get to this lever here.
Feather is one of those items that I feel is very underrated in its utility. It's extremely useful. It is a little slow. It'll slow you down using it, but if you can, but it allows you to pull off a lot of little slips and little tiny bits of movement that can improve your ability to move around these areas quickly.
Did we have chat? I have a question for you. Did we have sound on either of the streams here, or is what you're hearing now the first time that you're hearing sound? Well, for some reason, there's no sound coming from. There's just no sound period coming from King's side. Is there sound coming from Aiko's now? Can you guys hear that? Can you guys hear that okay? We can. Okay, sick.
Yeah, I would have called that out if I had noticed it, but I have my stream muted, so I don't hear myself talking.
Oh, did Aiko find Bash?
Oh, I missed that.
Sick, I missed that. Where was Bash? That's big time.
Aiko also pulling off some nice tricks to get through the crushers here without using dash or any other movement abilities. There's the crushers are timed in such a way that you can. There's a couple different ways you can do it, but you can go through there without needing anything except for just basic movement. If you go across the top, and there's a couple other ways to do it too.
Aiko gonna come up here and get a health fragment. Meanwhile, King.Titie doing the sword tree. It's gonna be 2 items back here.
Flash on Aiko's side, so that's 2 items in Qualock, lower Qualock now.
So with feather and flash and bash and bow and double jump, that's really like I'm really thinking Moldwood, which I don't like.
Yeah, that pretty much puts Moldwood into play. In logic, Moldwood does require grapple for a lot of things as well.
Mm-hmm.
But
we do have grapple.
Oh right, we do have grapple.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, even with that grapple on Ophir, plus all the rest of these items, this is looking really Moldwoody.
Yes, it is. And we just saw the hint from Qualock's Hollow on Aiko's side, and both of those key items, Bash and Flash, are the only 2 in Qualix Hollow. So that is all the key item checks there. There may still be like teleporters and stuff to be found, but Eiko is teleporting out now, seeing that the hint revealed nothing else down there, and is going to go proceed to some other areas for some further checks.
Yeah, Eiko was just thinking, I'm pretty close to this one item here, and it could be a teleporter. Basically, you know, sometimes you can get burned by, you know, seeing no key items in said area, but there's like a Willow's End TP or a TP to lead you to another area that has your required progression. Eiko buying Grapple.
And King.Titie trying a damage boosting strat here to avoid going down and below to get up and around to this item. Taking a death, but on the second attempt getting it pretty quickly and able to move around that area without having to go low.
So,
and finding Reckless up there, which is not the greatest shard, but it's not terrible, I guess.
Eiko having double jump, bash, bow, grapple, feather, and flash. I don't think... Yeah, King.Titie just hasn't been to the areas that Eiko has gone to quite yet, doing some lower marsh checks here.
Yeah, King.Titie's down in Howl's Den now.
Yeah.
He's getting all the checks down there. Eiko's just knocking out a couple of the checks that we saw King.Titie use some tricks to acquire earlier, but since Eiko has Bash now, she can move through there and get all those items in logic. I don't think there's anything super important on them, but she's just going to knock them out here.
Mm-hmm. And I wish I could check the hints. I think we just have one more item left in Marsh for key, is that correct? Or two?
I thought we only found one so far.
Well, in Marsh we've had...
Oh, right, Bow was there too.
Yeah, Bow, Feather...
Wait, no, Bow and Feather are considered Glades items because those were on the shops, not on Marsh.
Oh, those are considered... Oh, snap.
Yeah, anything in the shops
Bow was at Twillin, so that wouldn't matter anyway.
Eiko with a nice Bash Feather strat to go across this area very quickly. Yeah,
I gotta remember to let
it's 1 out of 5 pickups. Sorry to interrupt you, but 1 out of 5 pickups on King's screen right now.
Okay.
And we'll have to see what Eiko has, but I think there's still a bunch of stuff in Marsh.
We're gonna be syncing up here too. Yeah, bash gliding is something that I need to work on, making my movement go neutral. So this is gonna be a lot easier for Eiko. They have a little bit. They have more items here. Ooh, actually, King's actually gonna do. Oh darn.
Just a little short.
Just a little short. So what King was trying to do there, they were going to do a jump, and then another jump, and then some sword slashes to kind of float over to the other ledge, or rather the other little, I don't know what you want to call it, piece of map. I can't think of the word, but unfortunately wasn't able to pull it off and is just going to... It's very difficult, so Spike for Eiko on the Moki, and that's going to be Spike for King as well.
Yep, so that's our second key item in Marsh, and Eiko's moving down now to check the Howl's Den area that King was just in. But yeah, so Spike is pretty useful. There's a lot of fun things you can do with it, and it's really good for the boss fights.
Yes, it just torches the final boss Shriek. And it's kind of what we were talking about with the Bash puzzle in Willow's End. Once you have Spike, even if you have Bash, it's so much quicker to spike that heart. Which I don't know if any of our runners know how to do that, but we might see that. And fun fact, you can even spike the bones here.
Eiko also picked up Ultra Grapple in Howl's Den, which is an item that I don't see a lot of people use, but I think it's a shard that lets you grapple onto enemies, which can be really useful if you're attempting strats and don't have something like Bash. If you have Bash, it's not super useful, but without Bash, you can kind of like have a pseudo Bash using grapple on enemies. Can be useful if you play around it.
Oh, and I just noticed on Ophir there's the East Wastes teleport.
Yes, that definitely might come into play here too.
Yes.
East Wastes only has the one check without Burrow, but there could be something there. We've seen it happen.
Now King.Titie is going to be heading down through, gonna find their bow, their feather, their bash, basically finding all the key items that they're missing from Eiko's side here. There's feather, for example, on the bow tree here. It's kind of interesting. Routing wise, they're doing the same things, but like flipped. It's like yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Oh, and King got a very clean damage boost out of the bow room there, the bow tree room, which means he moved out of that pretty quickly.
Eiko doing the combat shrine here. Now again, this is out of logic, but we do know there are some items down here, so it might just be good to clear it out. This is in logic once you find regenerate. King buys their bow.
Did King also buy water dash? I missed it. Might not have had the money.
I didn't quite catch that, if anyone in chat saw that. I did not catch it. Okay, well, I guess we'll find out once King starts to... Oh, and King's actually... Okay. King realizes that... Oh, no. They're gonna... Okay. Oh, they're resetting. So King's actually not going to go down into Hollow. That could be very interesting because we know that Bash is down there, and so that's gonna... Okay, they might be clearing this out first. This is something that Eiko did not do.
Yeah, he's opted to get the eye stones, which are 2 pickups up here you can only get with bow. And are easy to forget about because they're one of the few pickups not listed on the map. So it's easy to forget about these 2 pickups up here.
Indeed. Oh, and also, I guess we never... Oh my gosh! Oh. Dash for King at the top left eye stone. That's big time. So now when King goes down into Qualux Hollow, they're going to be able to do a significant amount of checks quicker than Eiko because of that dash, especially the bash, or rather the thwomp puzzle, I guess I'll call it, to get that item. Eiko had to do the fancy manipulations, whereas King's just going to be able to dash right through it. But that's pretty big because we don't know when Eiko's going to be back for that dash. It's not required, but it's extremely useful movement-wise. Also, something that we forgot to mention. You're probably wondering, what are the clear conditions? Oh, King
pulled an interesting strat there to swim under the water, died, but caught an autosave, which allowed him to continue swimming below the poisoned water without actually going up to the first lever to drop it.
So this is extremely useful, but if there is an item hidden at that lever location, that could be pretty damaging. But there's a lot of item density if you are able to do it. You can skip that and now it picks up flash. And now we're basically synced up on items except for that dash on King's side. Also, what I wanted to say, you're probably wondering what are the clear conditions for this tournament. This is easy mode with Kill Shriek as the clear condition and no out of bounds. So we don't need to really fight any bosses. Unless if the seed requires it, of course, then we'd have to. But other than that, you just need to get exactly what you need and get out. So it's going to be pretty quick, hopefully. I mean, we've seen some pretty trolly seeds. Artemis knows all about that from last night's seed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be quick. It's going to be a lot of checks, really quick. And I'm really interested. Right now, basically all we're looking for, of course, is burrow. Launch would be nice. But really right now it's just the hunt for that burrow location or launch. Launch, of course, is super, super nice. It's not required, especially with the items that they have now. They have double jump, they have grapple, they have feather. They have a lot of really good items that are going to let them go through Willow's End launchless.
I will also just address real quick a question in chat. When we were talking about the Bash pickup, Sirius mentioned in chat that dash is important because it unlocks Hornbug. And then the question was posted that, why does it unlock Hornbug? Because you can easily defeat Hornbug without dash. That's just a logic thing. The logic expects you to have dash and I believe also regenerate.
Yes, regenerate as well.
So that's just knowledge. You could definitely do it without, but it's just knowledge to have so that you know that anything behind Hornbug without a teleporter getting you there, the game is going to expect you logically to have those items.
Did Eiko just buy something?
I missed it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Eiko was on Ophir.
I think Eiko bought the Waste teleporter.
Ah, okay. Yeah, East Waste. That makes sense.
And she's also moving up here to do the checks above Ophir's spot in the marsh here. There's 2 items up here you can check. One on the outside and one right up here.
Gorlick ore.
And then you can get into, if you go over this way, you can get into Luma pools from the back.
Oh, and King.Titie now finally lowering the acid here. Going to be checking the that item. Or actually, no, excuse me, we'll probably just be opening up the door here, and we'll be the first to move into west or eastern Qualak. Also has the opportunity to go into Glades with that dash. And that's going to be a lot of items in there. Eiko now moving back. Probably might actually see Eiko kind of meet King where they're heading right now.
Eiko discovering you cannot bash off of the acid spit from those.
I've done that so many times.
Bats. Yeah, those bats are my least favorite item, or least favorite enemy in this game by far.
So what King's doing here is what's called the beetle skip. There are certain triggers that spawn a boss that you have to, or a mini boss rather, that you have to fight. But if you never touch the ground and if you never touch the triggers, you don't spawn that fight. It's not necessarily a huge time loss, but it's a time loss nonetheless if you don't really need to fight the mini boss.
Hornbug, I think, is basically this game's spore spawn. You almost never see it fought.
100%. It's absolutely this. It's the spore spawn of Ori. So King's gonna go over here, talk to Quolok, and that's actually going to allow the Moki to lower the gate. That's going to allow King to head to. Oh, where's he off to?
Eiko just picked up dash as well on her side.
Oh, nice.
Oh, and another thing, doesn't... no, never mind. I was thinking something else.
So I think King realized that you actually have to go talk to Quolok in order to... I'm pretty sure he thought that was just enough to trigger it, but you have to actually go talk. Yeah.
Eiko purchasing some health fragments and keystones off of Twilin here. I think may have also picked up water dash.
Yes.
I missed it, but...
Very nice. All right.
And Eiko also going ahead and opening the
yes, so just
here.
as I thought, we're going to see a little sinkage here. King actually also losing a little bit of time, having to come back.
And chat clarified, Eiko did pick up water dash.
Sick.
So.
I tracked that. Perfect. Okay. Oh no. Oh no, we're good. Sorry. I thought he triggered. I thought he triggered the beetle fight.
That's the Moki cutscene. It scares me every time.
So I'm actually kind of curious if Eiko elects to... Well, we know we have both items. We found Flash and Bash. And those are the only 2 items down here in Quolok's Hollow. I'm curious if Eiko elects to do the same thing that King's doing, just open up the gate, go to Glades, or could elect to open up the gate and then head down to maybe check for some teleporters, or probably the more likely play is to head right into Glades like King is doing.
Yeah, and if we had clean water, I would definitely head down immediately because you'd be able to get access to the Moldwood Depths that way.
Mm-hmm.
But without clean water, that gate does not open, and so we're stuck until we either find the teleporter or we find clean water.
You said clean. Wait, really?
Isn't clean water the check that opens that, or is it just talking to Quolok?
It's just Feather. Wait. For Moldwood Depths, you just need Feather.
No. Oh, it's Glide that opens it. Okay.
Yeah.
My brain was stuck on things.
It's okay. I was like, wait a minute. What? Have I just been lucky and had clean water every time?
No, that was my mistake.
Yeah, no. So that's what I was kind of talking about. So it could be a play. You've seen all the logic. You're seeing the grapple. You're seeing the dash. You're seeing the double jump, the bash, the flash. Oh, clean water for.
Speaking of the devil.
Speaking of clean water here. Oh, is that on the? It's not on the tracker.
And we also got water dash on King's side now too.
So, chat, this item right here that I just clicked is actually damage up, but for now we're gonna call that clean water. Just so everyone is understanding of what's going on there. Okay, so Eiko is going down. So this is interesting because Eiko could make a play into Moldwood Depths, right? They have flash, they have bow, they have double jump, they have grapple, they have basically everything to really just make some damage in Moldwood Depths. looks like they're not going to do that, though. They're going to teleport back to Quelix Hollow, so we're going to see a sinkage up here for King.Titie, but it is
King
still
also-
a play that you could make.
King also talking to Lupo here and is going to buy the hints for both Woods, which has 2 key
Two
items.
key items.
And Glades, which has 8 key items in Glades.
That's the most
Holy
I've
cow.
ever seen in Glades. Wow. Are you kidding me? Okay, so Lupo in Glades is actually pretty powerful because you can buy 3 hints. You can buy the hint for Glades, the hint for Woods. Glades has 8 key items, which is insane. That's like an actual insane number. And 2 in Woods, but you can also buy, triple jump. Very nice. You can also buy the hint to show you which region, Water Dash, Light Burst, I believe, and Burrow, which is extremely powerful, but that costs 4,000
Spirit Light.
Spirit Light, exactly.
The interesting thing about having 8 key items in Glades, now
That's
that
actually
could
scary.
just be,
Yeah.
it could just be crazy stacked and have them all just kind of floating around in the open areas of Glades.
Or
But this also could mean
Yep.
we have a lot of requirements on quest turn-ins. So there's like
Yes.
3 or 4 turn-ins for the hand-to-hand trading quest there,
Mhm.
and also
Gorlick Ores.
Gorlick Ore turn-ins and the turn-ins for the withered branch, which grows into the tree, and also the Moki family quest turn-in too.
Yeah.
So
just as Artemis describes, you know, seeing that many items in Glades is actually extremely frightening because it's quite possible that we could have an item like Burrow or Launch locked behind all of the ore quests, or maybe even some of the seed quests or the hand-to-hand. It could get ugly, this seed. We could see this seed potentially turn into, you know, a multiple hour seed just based on that fact alone.
Aiko picking up clean water. So now we are synced up on those items again.
So, did King.Titie? Well, we were still wondering. Actually, it kind of looked like King.Titie had the water dash when they were swimming.
They did have water dash.
So we are
Yep,
now
yep.
officially. This is actually a really close matchup. If you look, they've cleared the same amount of items, just in different orders, and now they're working on Glades right now. King has a maybe 30 to 40 second lead, but we have all the same. I flap for Aiko.
Yeah, King has not found that yet. That's just sitting down there in lower Glades. So
that requires
pretty
hammer
useful.
or that spike. So flap is interesting because that's going to give us access to a lot of areas that require flap. So like the I just said that was really strange. The leaf piles is what I wanted to say. Those leaf piles can be holding some really good items. Also, there are 2 items in woods, so it's good that we found flap before going to woods because we're going to be able to full clear woods.
King may have forgotten about that item. He just walked right past it and is opting to go over to the left side of Glades here.
I thought he was going to check his map and realize it was there. Nope. Okay, well, thankfully it's just flap, but hopefully nothing like at a leaf pile here in Glades it holds something important.
He'll probably get a chance to come back for it.
Yeah.
You usually come back to Glades several times during the course of a run, but yeah.
All right, just a keystone there. Now Aiko's going to buy her hints. A lot of keystones. Now, keystones are really interesting. So typically what I like to have is at least, if I'm going to woods, I want to make sure I have at least 6 keystones. Because there's 2 for the first door, 2 for the first door, 4 for the second door. So I definitely don't want to be locked out of keystones. And if I'm going to Moldwood Depths, I want to have a few keystones. And if I go to Midnight Burrows, I want to make sure I have at least 4 keystones. So if there are any items there and I need a full clear, I can open up that key door.
It's also worth pointing out, I just noticed this when Eiko picked up her hint for the Glades, that 5 of the key items have already been found, 5 of the 8 in the Glades, and part of that is something we were talking about earlier that I'd kind of forgotten about.
The shops.
All of those shop items count as
Yes.
items. So there was 3 or 4, I don't remember exactly, but 3 or 4 key items just on the shops.
That's right. Yeah,
No,
I
it's
forgot about
3.
that.
Yeah, and then we picked up clean water and flap already in there. So there's still 3 in there, which is still insane.
Mhm.
But that's why we have such a high key item count in
Right.
in glades.
So basically, we have bow, water dash, grapple, flap, and clean water as our so far the items that we've found. Oh my gosh! Did King find that?
King did not find
Oh,
that. King skipped over that
no.
item.
That's
And Eiko immediately going over to the Windswept Wastes to check the now in logic. That entire area should be in logic now.
yeah, that's huge because we did find the East Wastes on. But now this is interesting though, because this could go in two ways. One, Eiko's going to. This is kind of a logical progression Eiko's following here. If Eiko full clears Waste and find nothing, but King meanwhile finds launch here, which is possible, and then goes back and gets that burrow, they're in go mode. So this really could be. This could have so many different ways of depending on what's here in Wastes, but this is absolutely a right call here by Eiko to run in here. She has basically everything needed to full clear this quickly, so it's going to be a lot of items, item checks back to back to back to back. So make sure you guys are paying attention to Eiko's side here because there's going to be a lot of items flying by here.
I wonder if Eiko bothered to check the burrow items in glades.
Nope.
I probably would have knocked those out right away.
Same, I probably would have as well. But I'm thinking maybe Eiko's thinking like, oh dang, if King has this item any quicker than I did, because it took her a while to clear out the spikes and check that item. She did basically a full clear of around glades before checking that, so she's probably thinking, oh my gosh, I got to go. Oh, is Eiko gonna go into?
Eiko might be heading to Willow's. Oh, there is two key items in woods, so maybe Eiko is hoping for something on like the launch tree up here.
Or Eiko just might be in go mode.
Might just be going to the to Willow's End. We'll have to see. I mean, if Eiko found triple jump, that probably
I mean,
gives her enough movement.
If you think about it, feather, grapple, bash, triple jump, dash. That's something that I would totally do, launchless.
Oh, King's trying to make the movement up here to grab burrow.
This is gonna come down to who has the go mode.
Oh no, King teleported away.
Oh my gosh, it's
burrow was right there.
Bro.
This is the type of seed that would scare me because I'm not great at the tricks to get up to that item without like sentry jump or something.
Yes.
So if this was me running this, I would be in King's position too and be still hunting around. And meanwhile, Burrow's right there.
Yeah. That's really unfortunate. For those of you who are just joining us, Burrow literally within feet of King. I'm gonna go check down here in southern Quallock, southeastern Quallock's Hollow here.
I actually don't think he meant to go down there. He's trying to use a spike jump to get out. I think he meant to go past that.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
Oh, Eiko's actually gonna check launch here.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Eiko is going up there and checking the launch tree. I mean, with two items in woods, this is a good check because this area is considered part of Silent Woods. And this is probably a good check because if launch is up here, that's going to make... I mean, that's going to make the... You're already here, you're in go mode, you just go.
Yeah. Although I am curious if Eiko is truly in go mode or it just came up here just to check these two items here. Oof, takes a death.
Well, I meant you're in go mode if you get launch here.
Right, of course. But I'm curious if they will continue up or if they will just teleport away.
And it looks like King is heading over to Woods. So King is going to check the other side, then the beginning part of Silent Woods here, and is going to do some of the checks over here to see if he can dig out launch or something over here.
All right, so that pretty much solves it. So Eiko is indeed not comfortable, which is okay. No, I don't think anyone should really be comfortable with doing Willow's End without launch.
I would be doing exactly the same thing.
Yes.
But I appreciate the checks there were a really good idea.
I agree.
An area a lot of people don't realize is part of Silent Woods.
100%.
So if something had been there and you had found it, that would be big.
Mm-hmm. I really like that play for a couple of reasons. One is, as you say, not a lot of people realize that that's part of Woods. And two, normally when you see, okay, two items are in Woods, you're just going to go to Woods and start clearing out Woods. And so if you find launch there at those two items, you've skipped having to clear out all of Woods. So that could have been a really big play. And to answer a question in chat, Eiko is in the lead for the most part, has a little bit more knowledge, right? All they're looking for now is launch. But King, on the other hand, could find launch, and then might be inclined to go back to Glades because they're going to be able to get a lot of those items with the use of launch, and will ultimately run into Burrow. So it's really hard to say how this is going to end. But right now, Eiko is in a really good position. Just needs to find launch. King, meanwhile, a lot of things could happen from here and then.
It's also important to note that King did not pick up Flap. Never did go down and check that breakable wall in Glades. So King is not able to check the things underneath the leaf piles here in Silent Woods, and there are, I think, 3 or 4 leaf piles here. So not being able to check those is pretty big, because the 2 key items here could easily be hiding under those leaf piles.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, having that. Oh yeah, and did King pick up his Flap?
No, King did not get Flap. That's what I was saying. Eiko just found something too, and I missed. Or did Eiko take a death? I missed it. I thought Eiko found something, but I think Eiko just took a death. I saw her mouse moving around in excitement. Might have been frustration.
Indeed.
Okay, yeah, Cosmic corrected me. Eiko just took a death.
Okay, so King. So here's the thing: we know that there's nothing in that top woods area, the Weeping Ridge. So King is going to run into. Well, here's the thing. I mean, those 2 items could be locked under those leaves. Launch could be chilling under one of those leaf piles.
Yeah, which is huge. So I mean, him not finding Flap by virtue of missing that item on the lower left side of Glades could be a pretty big play here, depending on where these key items are hiding. And it's entirely possible too that launch is even over here, and it could be hiding down in depths or something crazy.
Absolutely.
Still.
Yeah, like you know, from the beginning we were kind of looking at this. We're like, ooh, flash, okay. Ooh, grapple, oof, okay. Basically, all these items that are like, oh, feather, screaming Moldwood depths potentially could see like a really deep launch.
I still think Moldwood is if I was playing this seed, I would be having in the back of my mind this entire time that Moldwood would be, you know, you have everything for Moldwood, and it's like, at what point do you just need to go and commit to the dive into the deep dark spider cave?
I always struggle with, you know, because Moldwoods is, I think, generally everyone's worst area, and it's just like trying to decide, do I want to waste time now or waste time later? Ultimately, gonna have to do it eventually. What do we get here?
The worst part about Moldwood is that not even
Shuriken
on King's side. Yes, just found that. So that's one of 2 key items in the woods. And Eiko, meanwhile, is in the Wellspring now, doing some checks out in that area. Oh, Sentry.
Okay.
Okay, so that's our 2 key items. I bet you if Eiko had found Sentry, she might have opted to go to Willow's End. Sentry's pretty big for, well, depending on your energy count, but Eiko's got a pretty good amount of energy.
Oh, King doesn't know what he wants to do. Because he doesn't have Burrow.
Yeah, King does not have Burrow. But here we're seeing our first demonstration of the Sentry jumps.
Yes.
Which is that awesome upward momentum tech that you can use with Sentry.
And, you know, I would be confident to say that King probably would be comfortable going go mode if they had the Burrow, of course. So what King was doing there is he had to kill himself so he can get some energy to get this item here. Ended up, unfortunately, not getting it, so he's gonna have to kill himself again.
There was energy right up, just drop it down.
Oh, did it really?
Too. Yeah.
Eiko gonna do some checks here in Wellspring. So we have really 2 different, completely different areas going on here. Eiko in Wellspring, King.Titie here in Woods. We know that there are now no other major items here in Woods. Eiko, we don't know how many major items are in here because Lupa was inside Wellspring, so Eiko has the better chance of running into launch. I'm
actually, Deflector on King's side. That's one of my favorite items for killing Shriek. Yeah, King. I'm not sure why King is continuing to clear out woods right now. I mean, could be hoping for a teleporter, like a Moldwood teleporter, maybe. But I mean, you have access to Moldwood through the front. You could. I don't know if I'd continue diving this, but there might be Willow's End teleporter or something big in here too. So we'll see. Oh, another good teleporter find, I guess, would be the Luma Pools one too. Cosmic saying that King doesn't have the waste teleporter, which is possible. He may not purchase that from Ophir. But even if he had it, he still hasn't found Burrow either. So yeah, waste doesn't do him a lot of good unless he's planning to tackle waste from the left side here. That might be his plan. Yeah, good call, Cosmic. Aiko, meanwhile, just kind of reviewing her options on the map, opting to go back to Glades to knock out probably a few more of the checks there.
So were there no key items in Wellspring?
I didn't see Lupo. Did Aiko get to Lupo? I missed it if she did.
Yeah, she was just there, but I didn't quite see no key items in Wellspring. So here's the thing. I think that's better than having one key item Wellspring, because Wellspring does take quite a bit of time to clear out just for a single item. And if you see one and you want, at least you're looking for launch, it's kind of hard to say no to it. Ooh, but there's a depths TP. So Aiko might be thinking of going right to depth.
And King getting a really nice feeding ground skip there. That was very nicely done. That's a trick I personally have not mastered myself yet. I usually wait until I get Burrow or something to approach it from that side.
Indeed.
But yeah, we're going into the waste from the left side now, so we'll get to see some of the lower waste checks here, which I know Aiko knocked out a few of them, but I don't remember how much of waste got knocked out when she was over there. So I think she might have just went straight to Lupo.
Yeah.
I actually didn't. Was there any key items in wastes?
I don't remember Aiko.
Yeah, I don't remember either. Now that I think about it, I kind of missed that whole
Bonus
segment.
energy.
There's still key items in Glades, so Aiko's just deep diving Glades here to try and find. I think there's like 1 or 2 key items left here.
Yeah, Burrow and King, again, skipping right past it.
Yeah, missing arcing and flap again. King skipping both those items. The Burrow I understand, because that's tricky to get with the current item set, and is actually not, I don't believe is in logic. But the flap is absolutely in logic, and he keeps skipping right over it.
and
oh, he has sentry. He
could get it with sentry jump, but to be fair, that's still not in logic. But I'm curious if King just kind of forgot that item existed.
Well, he tried a couple times to get it, so in his mind he might have already checked it off, and might be thinking he already has the item, and isn't thinking to go check that.
All right, so Aiko moving into Woods is going to find their sentry and shuriken eventually. So launch is not necessarily required, especially now that they have a plethora of items to use in Willow's End, but launch, of course, would be very, very, very beneficial. Right now, King is searching for Burrow, and it looks like Aiko is probably searching for, I guess, at this point, searching for launch, or maybe some more energy, or I can't quite tell. Probably launch.
Yeah, probably launch. Aiko is going to find sentry here, and that may change the strategy we're seeing from her, but we'll see when that pickup happens.
I mean, just as you say, if Aiko, or when Aiko finds sentry, does that just push her right into go mode, a comfortable go mode? A lot of times when people race, their go modes are different than when they're just playing casually. So we might see Aiko go straight into Willow's End, and in that case, that would be pretty incredible.
Even with sentry and everything, there's a lot of Aiko has a lot of good movement, but even with sentry pickup, the launchless Willow's End with only how many energy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 energy there is definitely doable. But it is still very challenging. So if we do a launchless Willow's End on Aiko's side, it's going to be we're going to see some pretty tight movement going on. And yeah, without regen, like chat just mentioned, is also a really big thing too. I like to, if I am going to do launchless Willows, which I've only done like once, I like to have at least regen. Just because you take so much damage trying to damage boost around there.
Yeah, even on easy, you take a significant amount of damage. I couldn't imagine on any of the higher difficulties.
Yeah, on normal, each of those spikes will hit you for almost like 4 damage a hit. so it's pretty crazy.
All right, so King, also going to be moving into Wellspring. Going to find no key items here. And then really, what's left for King without that burrow could potentially see him go down into depths, which ultimately might help him in the long run, but there's really no other area for King to go. I mean, they could go to Luma Pools.
Yeah, Luma Pools would be in logic right now, too, with Feather and water. Clean water, that is.
And here we go. King's buying Lupo hint. It is nothing there, of course.
Eiko getting pretty close to finding Shuriken, and then Sentry will be short to follow after that.
There's Shuriken. And Sentry's going to be following that. So, King.Titie is going to go to Luma Pools.
Yeah,
So,
it's certainly looking that way, looking like he's going to make the play over to that side.
and there's Sentry.
All right, so I think Eiko is going for Willow's End. We're seeing the teleport over to the west waste, so we're gonna probably see an attempt at launchless Willow's End here.
Here we go. And I'm confident in saying that King, had they had Burrow, I'm pretty sure they probably would also be comfortable with doing launchless at this point. getting blocked by the oh, that was nice.
Yeah, there's some interesting momentum tricks you can pull with the edges of the ceilings and stuff in various parts of this game. I keep doing them by accident. I really need to learn where some of the ones that you can do that you can actually speed yourself up are.
Uh-oh. All right, so what you guys are about ready to witness is extremely complex series of sentry jumps, mid-air sentry jumps. Oh, very nice.
Eiko's energy is quite low for this too right now. Oh,
okay. Very nice.
Yep, good upwards slash there to skip needing to use another sentry jump, which is very nice. So now we'll move into Willow's End here, and we'll get to see a lot of sentry jumps and a lot of interesting tech to move around this without using launch. Feather certainly helps a lot here. Oh, Jay,
yeah.
Your Garglebot is wrong.
Is it just like that?
Yep, that's me.
Perfect. I forgot to change that over.
It's all good.
Zimsees and I will be commentating the next match that's happening directly after this one between Dr. Tuin and Artemis. So that's going to be following this match here. All right, so this could be dangerous. So Eiko, I completely am confident in her abilities. However, if King just like lucks out and finds launch here, I mean, they still need to find that burrow, of course, but it's possible that they... Oh my god!
There it is.
No!
Commentary curse right there. But King is proceeding over into the rest of Luma Pools now. We know that there's nothing over here.
Yeah, this is... Oh my gosh. Listen, if he continues this... I mean, Eiko could still be, you know, slamming away at launchless Willow's End, but if the more King checks here and the less time or the more time it takes for him to get back to Glades to get that... Oh, what is he doing? Every time he checks the map, I think he's going to teleport. Gosh darn it. And yes, for those of you who are just joining, okay, actually the one thing that could save King right now is that launch and that damage up are the only two items in Luma Pools. That way he just leaves.
Yeah.
And if he leaves, he knows that there are three other items in Glades. So he might just go to Glades with his launch and start clearing stuff.
And he has the Shuriken, so we should be able to see him check Lupo quickly by using the Shuriken trick to break the one-way wall from the other side if he knows that trick. So
You want to know what would be really funny?
What's that?
If you know, as Sirius points out, if King's just trying to get up to the $4,000 to get the hint for Burrow.
Oh,
and
that's also possible. And then it just says, "Hey, it's here in Glades."
He goes
Good
to
luck.
check the hint for Burrow, and it's like, it's in Glades. And he's like, wait a minute.
We also saw a trick on King's side that is a pretty neat little trick. It's if you kill yourself on the spikes right above the teleporter here in Luma Pools, it will just lower the water, and you don't have to complete the puzzle down below there. I don't know who discovered that trick, but it's such a wonky little trick with the game. Like for some reason, if you die specifically on those spikes, this little water puzzle down here will just be completed.
Triple jump coming and saving Eiko from death there. Holy moly.
Yeah, triple jump is huge for completing launchless Willow's End too.
Triple jump and having grapple, especially for this heart. This heart is the absolute worst without grapple. The rest of Willow's End, I am pretty much okay launchless. It's this particular heart right here that is just so.
Did I miss the puzzle skip on Eiko's side? Did she do the bashless? I didn't see it. Someone said puzzle skip in chat, so I may have missed that.
Oh, I'm not sure. The bash puzzle has yet to come.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Oh, puzzle skip at the pools. Oh, gotcha. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Oh,
now.
sorry.
I did not. Yeah, I did not know. I don't know the names of all these skips.
Sorry, because there is the bash puzzle skip, so we were just two different areas, same puzzle skips. All right, so
I mean, when have speed trick names ever been good though? Baskets. I mean.
Yes, this is big time here. King's about ready to find the hint for Luma Pools. If there are more than 2 key items here, it just might be ripped for King. So, if there is just 2, it says 2 of 2 and they're both found, and King goes to Glades. Here we go. Yes. Okay.
So now he knows that there's nothing else here.
Now he knows that there's nothing else here. He's going to check this item here under the thwomp. 76. He's really close to 4,000 though. Looks like he's going to get it because he's really
I think that's
wanting.
what he's going for.
Yeah. So he might just continue. Or. Oh.
Thinking about it.
Where is he going? He has his he doesn't have his teleporters on. He needs to turn his filter. Wait, what? Now I'm confused.
He's going over to waste.
Okay.
With launch, he can get a bunch of the items that are not locked behind Burrow over here.
Yeah, we're going to
so
waste.
He's gonna think that maybe Burrow's over here.
Yeah, big thing for King right now is if King finds like a big spirit drop and is able to, because once they find 4,000, they are going to rush. Okay, there we go. We're really close. I think once he finds the 4,000, he's going to immediately go to Glades. And the realization, meanwhile, Eiko's just having a blast over here, clearing out Willow's End. Very nicely done. Like this is just
Eiko's
truly
having a very clean launchless Willow's
this is
End.
really clean.
This is really, really well done.
Oh, that was a really nice heart there.
The movement to that heart is one of my favorite movements in
Yes.
this game, especially if you have launch. But even without, it's a really fun section to move through.
Spirit Light Harvest. I mean,
You could equip that and
could
get more
equip
spirit
that.
light.
Yeah, more Spirit Light. That's just a troll. That's a troll find.
Yeah, I agree, Cosmic. I think King mistakenly thought that he already collected Arcing and is not mentally realizing that he wasn't able to get the skip to get up there early and then didn't come back to it.
He's so close. I'd hate to be him right now, though, honestly, because when he does ultimately get enough, 4,000, there it is. He's gonna go to Glades, maybe? No?
I think he's gonna clear all the items here and hope that Burrow is over here.
Oh, because he hasn't.
Oh, maybe not.
Maybe.
Oh, he's just checking the map.
He's just checking the map. Yeah, probably gonna go check Lupo, to see if there are any key items here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Meanwhile,
Probably what I would
Eiko
do.
is on the final heart. Or no, did they do a different route?
I don't think they fought the elemental
Okay,
boss
it looks
yet.
to me
I
like
think it's
they did a
different
separate route. Usually this is the final heart that you do.
This is a time where I would use that trick that we discovered, Jay, on the last time you were in this area trying to do launches
Yes.
stuff, where you could walk through that laser
Yes.
on the left side. That lower left laser on Eiko's screen right now, if you land in the white emitter, you can actually just walk right through that laser.
Yeah, it's
And actually, now that I think about Eiko's routing here, this might actually be faster doing this heart before the elemental boss. I'd not really considered going up here first, but it might be slightly faster because you gotta walk all the way back from the boss though too. It's probably about a horse apiece. Oh, I think King just bought his hint.
He did.
Yep, he did.
Burrow Glades. He sees it, but the thing is does he think it's locked behind or?
Well, he's gonna. I would, if I were him, I would review my map now and see.
Oh,
what
wait
I
a minute! Here he
missed.
goes.
Did he see it?
He saw it. Oh wait. Yep. Nope. Right there,
Yes,
bro.
I think he sees
no.
All right.
Oh no. But wait, King could theoretically. I mean, it's gonna be tight, but King could very well catch up here.
It depends on how much trouble Eiko has moving through these last 2 hearts. 3 hearts, right? Yeah, there's 3 hearts over here, I think.
I'm pretty sure King hit the wrong TP.
Yeah, King accidentally went to the woods TP instead of over to Waste. I totally have done that before.
Did Eiko end up getting that heart, or did they? I couldn't quite.
We're seeing the elemental boss now on Eiko's side. This boss is usually pretty quick to take down on easy. There's a couple ways to drop it really quickly using the bow, but I don't think we have any of the shards that make it really quickly with bow. So we're just going for the smash it with a sword strats here. I missed that Cosmic. What happened on King's side?
Yeah, I didn't see it either. All right, so King's gonna be going up the elevator here. Man, it's pretty incredible how that one item was the difference maker here.
Yep. And that's the great thing about Rando is that sometimes it can come down to just something that you just didn't check or forgot to check, and it can really come back to bite you, and that's part of what makes racing randomizers so fun.
Indeed. So for those of you who don't really know much about Ori 2, this is the final section. We got to go through the Willow's End here and take out a pair of, or more than a pair, a few hearts to get access to the final boss, Shriek. Eiko is doing this without launch. King is going to be coming in with launch, and you're going to see the difference that will make. Will King be able to do it quick enough to catch up to Eiko? That's tough. I think Eiko still has the upper hand here.
Yeah,
only has a few arts.
I think only got 1 heart left.
Yeah,
now.
2.
Or 2. 2.
Yeah. If Eiko's quick enough, it could be close. But other than that, it's pretty much Eiko's game to lose here. Ooh, nice skip there by King. So thankfully, Eiko has Feather here, because without Feather, this particular heart would just be awful. Double deaths on either side here.
Yeah, this segment without Feather is really rough. Curious to see if Eiko goes for the 1 cycle on this rotating thing here. Oh, just missed it.
Whew, nice grapple by King there.
Okay, Eiko's gonna take it safe this time and just let the thing rotate around. Nice wide opening on that. And I think this is this Eiko's final heart up here?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So we'll be moving on to the Shriek fight on Eiko's side.
And honestly, this is going to be a really respectable time, too.
Shouldn't be any problem for Eiko. With Bash and everything, everything with Shriek on the final phase and stuff shouldn't be a problem without launch.
Correct. And, yeah, let's see if King can pull off. Doesn't look like they're going to go for it. Oh, they might. No. Or actually, yeah, it looks like they're going to go for it. Ooh. We're gonna give
Just missed that.
So I did the
Yeah, so there's
timing on this. It's actually after the second attempt, you are wasting time. So let's see if King does this more than once.
Oh, gets it, I think. Yep.
Yes! Look at that. Beautiful.
So that skips having to go over to the right and complete the rest of that bash puzzle. It's a really nice trick. You can. I think you need launch to do it though.
Correct. All right,
All right,
Eiko is
we're
now
into
in
the
the
Shriek fight.
final Shriek. Final fight here against Shriek. Gonna be dot dunning here in probably the next 2-ish minutes. Meanwhile, King probably has another 5 or so. It's gonna be tight. Still in the end.
Even with all of this just goes to show you how much slower launchless Willow's End is. Even with all of the extra checks that King did, you know, we're only going to be a couple minutes apart here in the final evaluation. So even with missing Burrow and stuff, it's going to end up being only a couple minutes separating them, assuming King has a clean Willow's End here.
King making through. You can see already just how much easier this particular part is with punch.
All right, we're into the second phase of Shriek on Eiko's side here.
All right. Eiko's about a few hits here away from the final phase. That should do it.
Yep, so we're moving, and it was perfect too because it got Shriek just before she jumped away.
Yes.
So it skipped any extra animations, and she's just going to move directly into this final phase where she knocks down the floor around the arena. Eiko's going to have to keep a little bit close eye on her health. 4 health isn't super bad for Shriek. Oh, Eiko's trying for some bash hits on Shriek as she's coming down there.
That was actually sick.
I don't even know if you can hit Shriek in that.
It looked like
stage
it looked like she did, but now that I look at the health, it doesn't. Maybe it didn't actually do any damage. And get ready for the GGs. There it is with an official tournament time: 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 9 seconds. Eiko has finished in first place. Gonna be moving on.
Eiko on that. That was very, very clean Shriek fight and really good Willow's End without launch.
Yeah, that was big time finish there. And King, honestly, not that far behind. Just has a few more hearts left. Oh, that was good. That was good.
Yeah, I think King's on his last heart, actually, if I was following the heart progression correctly. So we're going to see probably a separation of, yeah, like I said, maybe like 3 or 4 minutes here.
Launch was the first item in the before Luma pools on the big circular, I don't know what you want to call it, like the wheel.
It was above the water wheel.
The water wheel.
Above the water wheel. Oh, and King gets the single cycle on the rotating rock there. He used launch to do it, but you can actually get that single cycle without using launch at all. You can do it with just feather.
Looks like King is going to tap out here.
That's fair. I mean,
or maybe not.
Oh.
But you guys can just see how close this is. Like King is now King finished their final heart, and is going to be heading into the Shriek fight right now. That's how close this was. Unbelievably close.
And that's so crazy because again, we were all lamenting so much how King had missed Burrow for so long, but like we're still within minutes of separation, which is crazy, and that's just goes to show you how much can change in this randomizer.
Yeah, it's I really am curious how this would have turned out if King would have found Burrow. Because we might have seen both King and Eiko doing launchless.
Yeah, it really just comes down to whether or not he would be comfortable with launchless Willow's End. But the funny thing is that, you know, if he had still found launch as quickly as he did, you know, maybe. Well, no, I guess it probably would have come down to the same timing then. But yeah, anything could have happened.
Yeah, anything could have happened. All right, so if we take a look at the bracket, let me go ahead and move Eiko on, which now they're going to be facing off against me tomorrow, probably. There's the bracket there if you guys want to take a look. Next match to come up is the Artemis versus Dr.Tuin match, and that can honestly start the moment you guys are ready. Whenever, of course, this match is
set
finished.
up here after this, but yeah, we'll be ready. I'll be ready in a minute.
Perfect.
King's moving into the final phase of Shriek here, using the one little spot here on the right-hand side, where if you stand in this spot, all of Shriek's attacks as she knocks down the platforms here cannot hit you. So you can just hang out there, and you'll be fine. And there it is.
And with an official tournament time of 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 37 seconds, a difference of about 3 minutes. That's really close for how massive this game is. Good job to King.Titie, but that is not it for King.Titie. King will face the loser between the winner of Moonwolf and Dr.Tuin and Artemis. So whoever wins between Dr.Tuin and Artemis will move on to face Moonwolf, and whoever loses in that match will go on to face King.Titie.
Yep, good game to both our runners. That was a really close match. We had about a 3.5 minute separation, which again is pretty crazy considering how much, considering how the items ended up getting routed out. So it was very close.
Yeah, that was great. Okay, well, thank you guys so much. That was match 1. We're going to go ahead and get started on match 2. I'm going to bring the stream down and bring it right back up.
Okay, and I'm going to jump off here and get myself set up for my race as well. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Artemis, for the commentary. That was great. Can't wait to meet up again.
Yeah, anytime. This is a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing the commentary here. So yeah, definitely would love to do it again.
Yeah, for sure. And I believe Zimsies will be joining me for the next match. Also, actually, we'll do this. I'm going to bring the stream down real quick, and I will be right back in like 2 seconds. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Artemis. Thank you, King. Thank you, Eiko. We're going to bring it down, bring it right back up for the Dr.Tuin versus Artemis Dragmere match. This one's going to be exciting. I'll see you guys in a second.
Yep, thanks, guys.